Group 7 narrated presentation for the team project, developing an enterprise AI strategy and implementation plan. Summit State University is a higher education institution that serves undergraduate, graduate, and adult learners and offers both face-to-face and online modalities that facilitate the student experience according to their possibilities. Summit University currently has problems with student retention, advising capacity, and support response. The institution cannot address these problems at the same time without neglecting administrative costs. So they seek a solution that allows them to directly address these issues without exceeding the costs that the institution can absorb. This problem affects the institution financially, educationally, and administratively, as well as the students who suffer from the institution deficiencies in responding to their needs. Different cases expose the problems in the administrative issues of the institution, such as long waits for responses in the advising department, no follow-up after admission to students, creating problems and uncertainty in enrollment and low engagement, and possible external problems that affect the student performance and retention and require advising services. These data are obtained through different methods such as LMS, SIS, admission CRM, and service systems. These problems stem from an overload on advisors and a slow response to signals from at-risk students. As a consequence, different problems can be perceived, such as losing enrollment revenue, increasing dropout rates, declining overall student average, decreasing the number of students who graduate on time, and lower employee performance due to work overload. Propose artificial intelligence solutions. The proposal of using artificial intelligence as a solution to these problems while remaining within the administrative cost budget is analyzed. There are different types of artificial intelligence that can directly address these problems. The use of predictive artificial intelligence to identify students at risk, generative as a complementary tool in classes to improve student engagement and their understanding of subjects, and the use of conversational AI so that the student receiving immediate responses and follow up on matters such as enrollment and frequently asked questions. Due to observed cases, a direct focus will be placed on predictive and conversational AI, since this has a better approach to solving the problems faced by the institution, while considering that the administrative cost of implementing new technologies and their financial impact must be controlled. Furthermore, considering that the factors affecting student performance and lack of engagement may be external to the institution and not specifically related to our understanding of the subjects. Predictive AI depends heavily on the quantity and quality of the data, making it an appropriate option for this institution, which has LMS and SIS that contain information such as login frequency, financial aid, mayor, etc., which complemented with machine learning algorithms to identify patterns make it most suitable solution for the university. Conversational will use policies, programs, enrollment information, degree plans, etc. as data for its learning in order to generate responses. With the objective of creating an AI-ready culture within the institution, it is essential that stakeholders are willing to take a step toward innovation, making it necessary to identify which stakeholders should drive this proposal. The most important will be the CEO, who controls the technology and infrastructure of the university operations and whose focus is on internal users. The qualities of a CEO make them the key piece for implementation in a field that is still developing, as they possess business expertise, technical knowledge, encourage experimentation, control sufficient budget, and are focused on helping decision making through the use of data. To create an AI-ready culture, it is also necessary to identify whether the AI implementation proposal is truly necessary and whether it is aligned with the institution objectives. The most important thing is to create a safe environment in which stakeholders are empowered and trust is built, where innovation is encouraged and the benefits of implementing new technologies are identifiable in order to create a sense of stability. It is necessary to inform and reduce employee uncertainties, explaining that this proposal will help facilitate their work, and the purpose of the initiative is what is, and what their role is in making the objectives possible. It will also be necessary to train and educate stakeholders in data analysis. A collaborative environment must be created among departments so that they understand that the implementation of this proposal and decision making will be based on the analysis of the data they provide. The CEO is not the only stakeholder necessary to carry out the implementation of this proposal. A technical team of stakeholders will be necessary to complement participation and make this initiative possible and easier to implement. The incorporation of the institutional research analyst, student success lead, enrollment director, and advising manager will be key. The institutional research analyst responsibility will be data analysis and facilitating the interpretation of project results for the other stakeholders, as well as promoting the implementation of new technologies that facilitate data-driven decision making. The student success lead, enrollment director, and advising manager will be fundamental to the success of the proposal because they are responsible for the areas that present the problems. Their responsibility will be to provide the necessary data for the learning of artificial intelligence, as well as to promote the need for an immediate solution.
Effective alternatives to hire AI talent. The demand for AI talent is ever expanding. Yes, it is true. And AI expertise in machine learning is not enough to cover for the dynamic changes that the market demands as AI continues to build lean technology into appliances for diverse industries. While it is true that AI consulting firms are eager to offer these as solutions, it is important to consider the administrative costs that can be triggered through these hiring subcontracts. Partnering with external AI consulting firms or technology vendors that specialize in higher education analytics can be a gateway to reducing administrative costs, but it is important to consider the following. Upskilling existing employees through AI and data analytic training programs is a way to internally reduce administrative costs that would otherwise be a burden. Collaborating with academic departments, particularly those in computer science, data science, engineering, or business analytics, is also a way to internally reduce administrative costs. Ultimately, leveraging low code and no code AI platforms offered by major technology providers and adopting a hybrid model in which strategic oversight remains internal while technical development is outsourced are other ways to reduce these costs and can present themselves as alternatives to hiring a full blown AI subcontracting firm. The team has come to an assessment that every initiative must prioritize a probability of high turnouts in return of investment. The best way to implement a successful AI technology in an already existing program is through pilot programs by AI and data scientists that should be run into the system before going public. Although this may require significant time and money investment, it is an essential first step when implementing an AI apparatus, even more so when the AI is being hired as an external subcontractor. Technical prerequisites. ROI based model. A return on interest based model that takes into account a scorecard that measures the success instance of the AI pilot program using a 2 by 2 plot based on quick wins, high value, high feasibility, strategic bets, high value, lower feasibility, and finally maintenance, lower value, and avoiding low on both. The best way to track these ROI model is to revisit these scores month by month or day by day as data and skills improve. The selection of these pilot programs starts manually by first choosing the most important optimal when it comes to several variables. AI governance. Governance specifies policies and controls for data privacy, model usage, testing, Q&A monitoring, incident response, and ethics. It also defines documentation, audit trails, and approval workflows, especially for customer-facing or regulated processes. Finally, we have the AI roadmap to success: a defined user, process boundaries, inputs and outputs, and guardrails. The design of the pilot program from scratch, followed by a set in a pass-fail type of tests criteria, then a feedback loop and instrument logs that are the pinnacle of successful pilot program implementation. And to test these results, a day-to-day data tracking of the result metrics that will allow for the pilot program to improve by itself, given the nature of the artificial intelligence model. Justification. Scaling through the model processes for the successful implementation of these AI-driven solutions for Summit State University. For example, an AI chatbot that answers routine student questions regarding registration, financial aid, and course requirements could be classified as a quick win because it delivers immediate value while being relatively easy to implement. In contrast, an AI-powered predictive analytics system that identifies students at risk of dropping out would be considered a strategic bet because it offers high value but requires more data integration, testing, and organizational change. Ultimately, the combination of quick wins, such as automated student support, and strategic bets, such as predictive retention analytics, enables institutions to improve student successes while increasing operational efficiency and ensuring responsible AI governance.